I'm joined by Chaitanya. He's the co-founder of Eruditus. Thanks so much, Chaitanya, for taking the time out. You run what is about the second largest Edtech, Indian Edtech at least. The largest, we're seeing an implosion happening there. Are there ripples of what's happening at Byjus, and as well as are they being felt throughout the edtech industry? Even though, let me clarify, you operate in a completely different space within edtech. What's your take on that?
I guess every sector has its ups and downs, and there's a lot of turbulence because of external factors and internal factors. While we might not be able to comment anything on the internal factors of a company, but what we could say is that, look, from our perspective, in terms of how we are operating, so we have grown 75% previous year to 523, and then we are on track to grow at least 30% and at a 6% EBITDA. So the core of our business is very strong, and the business model in terms of providing high quality education that's accessible and affordable, I think the thesis is ever strong. So in that sense, we see that in terms of the need for upskilling and reskilling that needs to be done, not just in India, but at a global scale. I think there's extremely good headroom and addressable market that's out there. So we feel quite buoyant as well as optimistic in terms of what's in store.
Right. Chaitanya, you ended FY23 with about 3,300 crores top line, which was not profitable FY23. What are you seeing for FY24? Do you see a similar 70% sort of a growth? And you said you would be turning operationally profitable as well.
This fiscal, for us, it's July to June. The last quarter, October, November, December, we have clocked 4% in terms of EBITDA with our revenues, and we are looking at closing this particular fiscal close to 4,250 crores or upwards. So that's over 25% in terms of growth. But on a full year basis, we are looking to be profitable at 6%. So that's how we are looking, and we are looking to build on top of that for the subsequent fiscals in terms of the growth investments or the levers that we have.
Right. Chaitanya, the government is also focused on getting Indian startups that are domiciled abroad. They're focused on getting them back. There's Gift City that's come up as a potential venue for such startups. You are one of those candidates as well, with your domicile being in Singapore. Are there any plans for moving back to India for an IPO?
Right now, there are no specific plans, but as with any company which have investors and as a responsible company in terms of providing exit, so we are looking at various options. But at this stage, there's nothing that's fixed or nothing that's zeroed on in terms of domicile or changing the domicile per se.
Got it. Going ahead, even though when a company is shifting domiciles, right, it makes more sense to go where the consumers are, where a majority of the consumers are for your product. So going ahead, what do you see your revenue mix as currently? Could you just sort of divide it down by geographies as well as the various revenue streams you have?
For us, we maybe just to clarify, we want to de-link the domicile part with the business model, because the kind of business model we have, it operates at a global scale and footprint. What I meant by that is we work with 80 different universities which are across all the major continents, number one, and our learners we have from 80 different countries, of which US is close to 35 to 40%, India at 25%, and the rest of the world at 1/3 or close to 1/3 of it, right? So I think that has happened as being domiciled in Singapore. So I would put it on the strength of the model in terms of having a global footprint rather than being domiciled at a certain place.
Got it. So you majorly are within the executive education space. Are there any new segments within EdTech you're looking to foray into going ahead?
So for us, in terms of the growth levers, is how do we work with our existing partners or add new partners in regions that we have invested or that we operate in, which is India is one region in terms of working with reputed institutions here, or foreign institutions which want to offer programs in this particular region. So India, Latin America is Spanish Latam is another one, Brazil is the other one, and China. So the region focus is something that we are going to reinforce on going forward. The other area is also B2B or enterprise. We have good presence in the India APAC region, and we are expanding in Europe and USA. So that could be another growth lever. So these are two growth levers that we see going forward in terms of which will contribute to our future growth.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chaitanya.